Good morning, first graders. How is everybody? Welcome to Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, April 7th, 2020. And please remember that when you write the date in the long form, whether it's in the whole sentence like this, today is, or if you're just writing the date, like on the top of your paper, and you're not writing the whole sentence, but you're writing the long form, meaning you're spelling out the day of the week and the month of the year. Please remember that you put a comma between the two words, so between Tuesday and April, and they are both capital because in English, we capitalize days of the week and months of the year. In Spanish, you do not. And we put a comma between the number day and the year, right? So comma between date, words, comma between numbers. We don't put a comma between a word and a number. That's the trick to remember. Now, also, please remember when you are writing the long form of the date, you also need to write the long form of the year. You can't say today is Tuesday, April 7th, 20, because it's long form and then the short form of the year. It's all got to be long form. So you need to write 2020 or 2020, however you want to pronounce it. Great. So today we are going to be reviewing our lesson 16 sight words that we learned yesterday. And then we are going to be talking about questions, right? The other day you read a story about, wrong way, about exclamation mark. Today we're going to be not reading the story, but question mark was part of that book, of that story. So we're going to be going over questions today. All right, so let's get to our sight words. All right, so we are going to go over our sight words from lesson 16. So please remember, this is how we'll do it. The sight word will come up just like this, right? And then a sentence will come up. Read each high frequency word and sentence aloud. What does aloud mean? It means out loud, like your family should hear you in your house reading your sight words and your sentences. They want to know that you know them, and I want to know that you know them too. So, and I can't hear you, so they are my ears. All right, so please, I will read them as well, but the deal is you have to try to read them before I do. So as soon as it pops up, read the word, read the sentence, and get it done before I start reading, okay? Let's start with number 1. Okay, think. What do you think space is like? I hope you read that out loud. Next one. Bring. Spaceships can bring astronauts to space. Get ready for the next one. Show. Pictures show us what the moon is like. Are you winning? Are you beating me? Let's try the next one. Before. Astronauts practice flying before their trip. The next one. Because. Astronauts like to jump because it is fun. Light. People feel very light floating in space. And tomorrow we will find out why. Carry. Astronauts carry tools to work with. And this one, a lot of people only had one R when they wrote it the other day. So be careful to write 2 R's for carry. around. You can see clouds all around Earth. Okay, light. This was another one that people had a hard time with. Light. I just want to go over the spelling one more time. Light. Try to remember it like the word right. Not right like to write, but right like you're right, right? The antonym or opposite of wrong is right, R-I-G-H-T, or your right hand as opposed to your left hand. It's spelled the same, but we just changed the R to an L. Light. Right, like your right hand, and light are spelled the same at the end. Because before, this was another one that a lot of people had incorrect. So before has the E at the end, right? B-E-F-O-R-E. We have to remember that E. And I think everybody did pretty well with the rest of them. Yes. Okay, so now we are going to go on to questions.
This is hard for me to read, Moby. There aren't any punctuation marks, and all of your sentences run together. The right punctuation tells your reader how to read your writing. This sentence is a statement and needs a period. What is a statement? A statement is a sentence that tells something. Let's see. Moby likes dolphins. This is a statement that shares information. This little dot is a punctuation mark called a period. Right, Moby. A sentence always ends in a period. Moby jumps into the ocean. A period signals the end of a thought or an idea. He swims with the dolphins. Remember, you always capitalize the first letter of a sentence. The capital letter signals the start of a new sentence. But not all sentences are statements. That's a good question, Moby. What is a question? A question is a sentence that asks something. Questions usually begin with the words who, what, where, when, why, how, can, or do. Moby, I don't think dolphins eat ice cream. Let's see. What do dolphins eat? You always use a question mark to punctuate a question, and you always capitalize the first letter. Dolphins eat fish and squid. How do dolphins communicate? They click, squeak, creak, and whistle. Remember to capitalize the first letter. I don't think I've ever seen you this excited, Moby. What are exclamations? Yep, dolphins are amazing. This sentence is an exclamation. An exclamation is a sentence that shows a strong feeling. An exclamation can show feelings like excitement, happiness, sadness, anger, or surprise. You use an exclamation mark to punctuate an exclamation. Wow, I see a manta ray. Follow that manta ray, Moby. What is a command? A command is a direction or an order to do something. Look at that shark. This command ends in an exclamation mark. I can think of tons of commands like stop, wait, listen, go, and run. Commands can end with a period too. Please tell me the name of that shark. I don't think its name is Jeff. I think it's a nurse shark. Punctuation helps readers understand your writing, so it's important to proofread your punctuation after you write. Perfect, Moby. What ocean animal are you going to write about next?
All right, so we just heard about the 4 different types of sentences, right? We're going to look at questions a little bit further today. So questions always have a question mark at the end, and there are words that usually indicate that it is a question, right, in the beginning of the question. So let's look at a few of those. So first we have who. We have all the W words, right? Who, what, when, where, why, how. Okay, those usually indicate if it's the first word of a sentence, it is a question. Can is another one. Can you come with me to the park? Is or are. Is he going to be at the park? Are they going to be at the park? Am I going to be at the park? Okay, was or were. This would be the same as is or are, but in the past tense because they're all the verb to be, right? So was he at the park yesterday? Were they at the park yesterday? Do or does. Do you like ice cream? Does he like ice cream? And did. Did he like the ice cream he ate yesterday? Okay, now let's talk about intonation. Intonation means the rise and fall or the ups and downs of your voice as you speak. So here's the deal. We are not robots and we are not computers. So if you hear robots talk, a lot of times they sound like this. They don't have any intonation in their voices, right? It is very flat when they speak. So it would sound like this. Do you want to go to the park? Yes, I want to go to the park. There's no change in the voice, the ups and downs, and that gives us a lot of information. So we sound very funny if we don't have intonation in our voices, and it makes it pretty boring. So let's look at the first one. Do you want some lemonade? When we ask a question, what do you hear happen at the end? Do you want some lemonade? Our voices go up at the end. Okay, so when we ask questions, our voices go up at the end. Yes, please, I'd like some. Now, when we make a statement, right, this is a statement. I'm giving you information. Yes, please, I'd like some. That's information. It's a statement. Our voices do not go up at the end. Let's say that it did. If I said, yes, please, I'd like some, wouldn't that confuse you? It almost sounds like I'm asking you, do I really want some? If I say, I'd like some, it sounds like a question because my voice is going up at the end, but it shouldn't because it's a statement. So that's why it's important. If it's a question, your voice goes up at the end. If it's a statement, it does not. Number 3, do you know what day it is? You hear how your voice goes up or my voice goes up? Do you know what day it is? Because it's a question. Today is Tuesday. Statement. Now, if I made my voice go up instead of today is Tuesday, that sounds like I'm telling you, I know today is Tuesday. If I say today is Tuesday, it sounds like it's a question. Today is Tuesday? Like I'm surprised. Today's Tuesday? Oh, because I thought it was Wednesday, right? So the way we say it, the intonation of our voice changes the meaning. And the last one, how many books have you read? Right? Goes up. How many books have you read? All right. Now, how do we turn statements into questions? Let's look at the first one. Rob likes ice cream. How can we make that a question? Does Rob like ice cream? How about the boys are happy? I'm telling you that they are. But if I haven't seen them yet and you have, and I want to find out from you, I want the information from you and I want to make it a question. Let's edit this. What's wrong with that, guys? Yikes. Are the boy happy? Oh no, what happened there? What do we need to do to make this correct? Are the boy happy? Are the boys happy? That one needs some editing. Next time, I will proofread. They can go to the park. How do I make that a question? Can they go to the park? And we live in New Jersey. Now, you all know this. We don't need to question it, but if we wanted to, we could say, do we live in New Jersey? Okay, great. All right, so after this video, you are going to do some workbook pages in Volume 2 workbook. They are pages 5, 11, and 15. And you are also going to write one sentence for each sight word in your journal, not in your spelling notebook. So in your journals that you brought with you in the beginning of the year, please write one sentence for each sight word. I will write them in your instructions and skip lines in between sentences, okay? And that is it. I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.